Alright, what's up, YouTube? So, I was just checking into something here. I was just actually just trying to get a picture I could use for a thumbnail. And let me tell you, I wasn't having any trouble. I was looking up just pictures of drones, and I wanted to find just, a picture of a drone with a cop in it, with a cop using the drone. But I didn't type that in. I just typed in, look, a drone, right, into my search bar. And the pictures that come up, just take a look here. Check this out. Now, in order to get, it's not like this is people that just, took their own pictures and caught cops with drones, No, these are these are the pictures they all took themselves. Okay? They took pictures of themselves using drones. Right? Why would they do that, right? Why would they do that? Look at the smile on his face. Well, if you buy your middle school child a new drone, right? He's going to look like that. He's going to want to take pictures of it. He's going to want to show it off. He's going to show all his buddies, right? He just doesn't have a molester mustache like this guy does. Look at that. Look how happy he is, right? He's like a kid at Christmas time. He's got a controller in his hand. His life couldn't get any better. Look, this guy's got 2 drones here. And he shows his area behind him. See that area? He's pretty much saying, look, this is mine. This is my backyard. This is my playground. Right? Look at this. Their toys. Their toys that they have now is that's just what it is. It's like their toys. They're like spoiled children, right? They get whatever they want. They get the coolest toys, right? They rarely have to face consequences with qualified immunity and officer safety. Hell, officer safety, that pretty much is a free pass to do whatever you want. You can mess up. You can kill people. You can literally take people's lives. Oops, sorry, my trigger. I gotta, my finger slipped and I accidentally pulled the trigger. Sorry, he died. He's dead. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Officer safety. You're good, buddy. You're good because officer safety, right? So they don't have to face consequences, really. They rarely ever face consequences. And whenever they do, whenever it is exposed that they did something wrong, right, that you and I or anybody else would go to jail for a long time. If it's a cop, they don't even get charged. They don't even get fired for it. They cover it up, they protect themselves, and then they allow them to transfer to a different department so that they can go ahead and fuck up all over again at this other department, right? And they can put more lives at danger and risk. Hell, Diehl-Hole did this. Diehl-Hole, I said he was going to hurt somebody, and what do you know? I have that curse of always being right. Diehl-Hole ended up fucking hurting somebody and costing the town a lot of money. I couldn't tell you how much it is because it's an undisclosed amount, and they settled out of court. So part of that settlement was some non-disclosure agreements, because cops don't need to be transparent, right? No. They're going to make a guy sign a paper saying, you're not allowed to talk about this. We'll pay you a bunch of money. It's all right. It's not our money. It's the taxpayer dollars. Since I busted your fucking face and violated your fucking constitutionally protected rights, since I violated them for no reason because I'm nothing more than a big dumbass and wanted to beat somebody up, that's okay. Sign this paper here so that you can't talk to anybody or tell anybody I did this. The town's going to go ahead and pay for my mistakes, and then they're just going to let me go to a next town over and do it all over again, right? And I'm not just exaggerating. That's exactly what happened with Diehl-Hole. With Diehl-Hole in Patton. I don't know if and a lot of people know this or not, but when Brian J. Deal was a cop in Patton here, he didn't even do it in Patton. He was so fucking gung-ho, Timmy Tough Nuts, super trooper, wanting to fucking beat somebody up, that he went and flew over to Northern Cambria to assist another officer. To assist another officer in Northern Cambria, not even his town, right? Because the guy was recording from a public street. I'm not even shitting you. He was recording from a public street. He went to check out a hot tub that was on sale online, or like Marketplace or something like that. So he went to check out the hot tub, and the people weren't home, I guess. So he figured, well, I'm not gonna waste the trip and come back again. I'm just gonna take pictures of it right now. He could see it in the backyard. So instead of going in the backyard, I guess he's taking pictures from the sidewalk, from a public street, of this backyard. Which, if you don't already know this, you're perfectly allowed to do that. That's absolutely legal. There's nothing you can do about it. If you don't like it, then go move somewhere else, to some other country, because it's a free country, and you can record somebody's backyard. You can record their fucking front porch. You can record anything you can see from a public street. You're allowed to record. It's a free country. Deal with it. If you don't like it, put a fence up. That's how that works. You understand? You don't have an expectation of privacy when you can be viewed from public. So the guy's just recording because he wants to buy the hot tub. He's recording, and I guess I'm just speculating here what happened, but I'm guessing that some Karen neighbor probably got fucking butthurt about it. Oh my goodness, he's recording my neighbor's yard that anybody could see with their eyes. So they called the cops, And the cops came. And I don't know exactly how this went down, but I do know the cops came. They told him to stop doing it or whatever. I don't know. Whatever happened, they left. And then he continued to record. My guess is it's because it's his fucking right. His constitutionally protected right. That's my guess. And he knew the law. That was my guess. But apparently, some people don't. Some people are idiots. And they're Karens. And they think that just because their shit don't stink, they're enlightened and motherfuckers, and they think they can just make up the rules and call their buddies to come take care of something they don't like, Karens. We call them Karens, right? So a Karen calls the cops back again and says, he's still recording. The guy's still recording from a public street. You better come back over and break his jaw. You didn't do anything. What the hell? Arrest this man. How dare he record something that you can see from a public street? He's a criminal, So they called the cops again. The cops had to come back, right? Because they have to answer their calls. I guess they don't answer mine. But they have to answer the Karens, right? The Karens are like, they're way at the top, you know what I mean? Karens get priority. Because if a Karen's calling cops on somebody, the cops are like, yes, we get to go beat somebody up. You know what I mean? They're like... They're like, yes, sweet, because they know they can do something to somebody. And the Karens aren't going to bitch about it because they want it to happen, right? So then they're not going to get in trouble. So when a Karen calls the cops are like, yeah, sweet, get to go let out some aggression. I'm tired of just beating my wife all the time. I need to, break somebody else's jaw. So the cops come back, and it's Diehl-Hole is assisting the officer in Northern Cambria. Remember, at the time, he's a Patton police officer at the time. And here I am in the background saying, he's going to hurt somebody. Somebody's going to get hurt. This guy's a loose cannon. Somebody's going to get hurt. I can see it happening. He's fucking has no right carrying a badge and a gun. And and I'm doing it for the next guy, He already tried to kill me twice at this point. I'm just telling everybody else, hey, I'm fighting my case so that the truth can come out, so that the public gets to see what he tried to do to me, right? That's why I was fighting my case, you know what I mean? So that the information wasn't allowed to be suppressed. At the end of the day, they got me anyway. They tricked me, whatever. I made a mistake, and I said, okay, I'll take a $50 disorderly conduct fine. I should have said, nope. That's what I should have said. Nope. Let's have this trial here so we can get the information out. Because I was trying to get the dash cams and the body cams. I wanted the public to see what he did, right? Because that's all it would have taken. If the public saw what he did twice, not once, but twice, tried to kill me, then they'd be able to see. They'd believe me. They'd understand what I'm talking about, right? You have to see it. Because they could just say, oh, I'm a liar, right? He's a liar. Yeah, yep, I just made all this up. And I continue to rant about it and talk about it every day, right? Because why? For attention, I guess, right? For attention. That's it. Because I love attention. It's funny to me that what they try to make people believe, you know what I mean? They try to do all these crazy things to discredit me. So anyway, back to the Diehl-Hole here, Super Trooper. He goes over to assist the Northern Cambria cop. I guess, I don't know. I mean, these cops don't know how to do their job. I don't understand why you have to assist an officer who has to respond to a call where what should have happened is the cop should have went to the RO, to the reporting party, the RP. Should have went to the reporting party and educated them. That's what should have happened. Done deal. They should have went right to the person who called and said, yes, in America, in the United States of America, in a free country, okay, we have this thing called the Constitution, and there's certain rights, unalienable rights, There's certain rights that everybody has, no matter who they are, Karen or not. And if you're in a public space, you're allowed to record anything you can see with your eyes. And there's nothing anybody else can do about it. Matter of fact, you better not even violate somebody's constitutionally protected activity, because they can sue your ass if you violate it. With a 1983 lawsuit, right? If you violate somebody's constitutionally protected activity and you stop them in their duty, in their activity of trying to exercise their rights, and you purposely and intentionally stop them from doing that, you open yourself up for litigation, for lawsuit, right? And I mean, it's that easy. You cannot impede or stop or intentionally try to prevent somebody from exercising their fucking constitutionally protected rights. Simple as that. Whether you like it or not, Karen. So these neighbors hiding behind the curtains, Karens, they can see everything. They got cameras everywhere. They all talk to each other. These fucking community watch groups, and the fucking gang stalkers. That's all it is. It's a group of gang stalkers. They don't like it that somebody can just record them whenever they want. They don't like that. So they do this shit, where they all talk to each other and they all record everything, but they do it secretly. They do it and they don't share it. They think that they have power over everybody because they share their Ring cameras and shit all together, and they all fucking, have an app. They alert each other, when somebody's walking by. Oh, hey, this guy's, he's walking by your house. You better be looking at your curtains. You never know. He might steal something. We all have cameras, and we all watch everything somebody does, but you never know. Keep your eye out. He might steal something, right? These fucking people are saying they have no idea. They don't realize how batshit crazy they are. You know what I mean? They have nothing better to do. This is their hobby. They like hurting people, and they like continually putting people down, because that continually, makes them feel better about themselves. That's it. Simple as that. It's really, really simple. And they just can't get over themselves. There's nobody, especially somebody they view like myself, somebody who they probably look down on and view as lesser of a person, with less money and less knowledge and, less, I don't know, just a lesser person, right? They can't bear it. They can't stand the fact the targeted patent could be smarter than them. The targeted patent could be light years beyond them as far as, my moral, just my, my views, my values, my morals and my values. You know what I mean? They can't stand that somebody like myself, could be, could be right ethically. My ethics, all of it. You know what I mean? They can't stand the fact that somebody like myself could be a better person than them, right? No way. There's no way targeted patent is better than me, right? No way. Nope. Targeted patent has to be all these things. He's this, and this, because I said so, right? Because God forbid, targeted patent made a mistake or two in his past. Yeah, you know what? That happens. People do make mistakes. But that's it. Once a criminal, always a criminal, right? So they view people like myself as beneath them, less than, And instead of just bettering themselves, which isn't hard to do, instead of bettering themselves, educating themselves, learning something, right? And doing something good for somebody else, nope, they'd rather hurt people. They'd rather put people down, make people feel stupid, small, poor, make fun of people. They get off on making fun of people behind their back. Tee hee 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 hee. Look at this. Tee hee hee hee. Like, it's fucking sick. And they're like little children. So what happens when you give these children a badge and a gun, right? Oh, watch out. Mix some Karens along with some fucking Timmy Toughnut super troopers like Diehl-Hole, right? And something bad is bound to happen. So they go back over to this guy who's just taking pictures of the hot tub that he wants to purchase, right? And apparently the people aren't home because he doesn't want to go into their yard, private property, right? So he's recording from the sidewalk. You can zoom in pretty good with the camera, especially any of these phones nowadays. You can zoom in really good. So that's what he does. The cops come back over, and I guess, they don't like it when somebody doesn't do what they say. They say, stop. I said stop. They think because they have a badge and a gun, that anything they say is a lawful order. And that's just not true. Sorry. They need more training, plain and simple. They need more training. And they need some incentive and motivation to actually pay attention in those trainings. Because they probably go to these trainings and they look at it as a nuisance. Like, oh, we have to learn this now because people are bitching. People are fucking bitching and people hate cops. So now we have to go learn something. And they go into it with that mindset of like, people made me do this. People made me learn this training because they just bitch about everything. No, that's not it at all. There's a reason that you have to go do that training, and then the town is paying the money for that training, for you to do it, because you're supposed to be a public servant. You're supposed to serve the people, not assault them, right? Or try to kill them, or hit on their daughter, or tell their daughter that their dad's a heroin addict. What kind of fucking sick son of a bitch does that shit? Especially when they know it's not true, right? Because we all know they fucking listen to everything. They watch everything from our phones. So they would know I'm not a heroin addict. They would absolutely know that as a fact. But nope. They're going to go and tell my daughter that I'm a heroin addict, right? And they're going to try to hit on my daughter. And this absolutely fucking happened, by the way. Diehl-Hole. And, that happened. And so he's a piece of shit, I don't see it any other way. He's a fucking piece of shit. The other one, the chief of police, he's a pedophile protector. He wouldn't arrest my brother after he violated an 8-year-old little girl. All right? Yeah, let's talk about it now. I don't fucking care. I'm so pissed off anymore. Because no accountability at all. They don't have any accountability. They don't have to face consequences. And then we constantly reward them, right? Here, positive reinforcement. There are heroes. And then people go to bat for them. Like, you don't you dare talk bad about a cop. You know what I mean? How dare you? They risk their lives every day when they go put that badge on, carry that gun around, even though they chose to do it. So you see what the problem is? We put them up on a pedestal, right? Because the job, what the job's supposed to be, is a risk. It's dangerous, right? And the job is supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be, it's the hard things, the hard decisions with integrity that make the job hard. But when they don't do that, right, and they lie and steal and cheat and do all these other things and get away with it, they shouldn't be getting rewarded. Sorry. They certainly shouldn't be getting rewarded, but they should be held accountable. And instead, nope. Do you know what happened with Diehl-Hole? With this guy's trying to take pictures of a hot tub he's going to buy. Diehl-Hole then, I don't know why he did this, because he's the assisting officer. He was a patent officer at the time, and the Northern Cambria officer, I guess, is that, I don't know. I thought Dill was on the bottom of the fucking totem pole here. I thought Dill was on the bottom, right? The newest cop. And I would have thought that, he would have been looking up to all the other officers. So apparently there's officers that are beneath him because he went over to I don't know what, to tell the other officers what to do in the next town over. Let me just tell you this. Don't listen to that fucking guy because he'll get you in trouble. He's going to get somebody hurt. I said this over and over again. So he proceeds to try to detain the guy, right? He's going to detain the guy and act like Timmy Toughnuts. Now, obviously, we don't know the details because they settled out of court. The victim in the case who sued Diehl-Hole, right? He got an undisclosed amount of money, and he's not allowed to talk about it anymore. And you didn't hear anything about that, did you? No, as a matter of fact, I didn't even hear about it. I read about it in the paper. I have the article I can show you. But this case didn't even get resolved for like another year. It went on for like a couple years. So by that point, he was not even an officer for patent anymore. So by the time the public gets to hear about it, yeah, he's already gone, and they already spent a bunch of taxpayer dollars to bail his ass out, right? And then he gets to transfer to the next town over. He told me that he was mad because he tries to do his job. He's getting in trouble for doing his job. So I can only imagine what it is. I'm guessing that he got in trouble because he tried to do his job. His job is not to break people's jaw or break their nose. Whatever ended up happening, he assaulted the guy, arrested him. He arrested the guy and assaulted him, broke his nose or broke his fucking something. He definitely injured the guy. I have to read the article and see what it was. And the Northern Cambria cop, right, he could do his job and he could stop the assault from taking place, or he could stop the illegal detainment from happening, right? But no, there's a couple officers that don't know what the fucking law is, right? I mean, just imagine that. Not just one idiot with a badge and a gun who doesn't understand the law and wants to violate people's constitutionally protected activity, but a couple of them, He stood there and let Dill assault this guy and arrest him, and the other cop did not do the right thing either. He did not say, hey, that's wrong. Hey, that's not the law. Hey, you're breaking the law, Diehl-Hole. No, he didn't do that. So he was liable too. He was also named in the lawsuit. I'll pull it up here and look at it. You look it up for yourself. You know what? Look it up. I have the entire thing. I even zoomed in to show you the whole article. I could read the whole article to you. But it's just, no, I want you to go look into it. See if I'm lying or not, right? See if I'm making this up. Or see if I'm lying. Yes, Diehl-Hole absolutely cost somebody a bunch of taxpayer dollars, because I don't think he paid for that himself out of his own pocket. Pretty sure he didn't do that. Or the police union or something paid for it. I don't know. But can you imagine how much money do you think it's worth nowadays when a cop uses excessive force, illegal excessive force, right? And assaults somebody to where they're hospitalized and they have to get medical attention. And not to mention an illegal detainment, okay? How much do you think that's worth nowadays in a lawsuit? Well, that's your hard-earned taxpayer dollars right there. But do you think they let everybody know that? You think they did that? Fuck no. It was probably it was not even that big in the newspaper. It showed up. It was like a little, I don't know, a third of a page or something like that, a quarter of a page, and it was a pretty big article. No pictures or nothing. But yeah, that happened. Diehl-Hole. I said he was going to hurt somebody. I said it over and over again, and what do you know? Somebody got hurt. So that's what happens when these tyrants don't know the law and they choose to do whatever they feel like doing, right? And people don't listen to people like myself, like Targeted Patton. They think that I'm just a cop hater, right? That's not the case. I'm not a cop hater. Not at all. I'm trying to help everybody. But who wants to listen to Targeted Patton? He's just a junkie, right? He's just a brain dead junkie, thief, no good fucking piece of shit, right? So why would anybody listen to me? What do I know? So there's a lot of pictures, though, of these police and drones, isn't there? I was just looking for a picture of a drone, and I realized, holy fuck. Look at all these cops and drones. And they all took pictures themselves of this. Like, they're so proud of it. So where are they all at? I don't see any cops flying drones. Do you? So, just something to think about. Be good or be good at it. Peace out.